So welcome to question 4 on the graphic sample paper. This is question 4. So shown below is a 3D model of a retro style radio. Also shown is the drawing of an LCD panel on the top surface of the radio, which displays the frequency, the volume and the Wi-Fi connection on and a graphic equalizer display. So we've got our frequency, we've got our volume control, our Wi-Fi connection, and then the equalizer. So part A, the outline drawing of the volume level display also is shown below. Shade the display to show the volume level set at 60%. So let's look at how many units we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 total. Okay, so 60%, kind of easy to work out there. 6 of these will show it at 60%. So let's get my colors here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to show me the volume at 60%. So just shading that in. Doesn't matter what color you use, just try and do it nice and neat. What's up? Alright. 6, yeah. Part B. An incomplete drawing of the graphic equalizer display is also shown below. Complete the drawing by constructing an axial symmetry in the line LL1. So here's our axis of symmetry, and basically it's going to be a mirror of the equalizer display. So all points need to come through perpendicular to my axis of symmetry. So my axis of symmetry, just to double check, is a horizontal line. So I'll project across at 90 degrees, so run all of these through. Okay, and I'll get my compass now. So the distance, put my compass on the axis of symmetry, so line LL1. Get that distance from one side, transfer it to the other. Okay, it's going to be the same distance here for that point, and let's also find the next one. Bring it down. I have to find the end of that line, so bring it to the next one and down again. So just getting a bit repetitive here, but we'll just be patient with it. So that distance brought down onto the line projected through, and same again. And onto a very small one. Okay, I'm actually going to have to get a different compass for that. I'll come back to it. So my lead is a little bit smaller than this compass. Okay, so I'll just pause the video and complete that. You get the idea at this point. So all my distances are marked off there, so I'm going to draw them in heavy. Just finish off, so I've got those distances marked. Let's finish them off one by one. Okay, so that's a mirror image there, and there's nothing about shading or rendering, so I can complete there question B, or part B. Part C, the radio has Wi-Fi connectivity for downloading and streaming music. The drawing across shows the logo for the wireless connection. Divide the line OA into 6 equal parts and complete the drawing of the wireless logo. So we want to recreate this. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So let's divide that line up first of all. Use color for this. So A or from O, doesn't matter which side we draw this from, but I'm going to draw a line at any angle there. And to get my compass then, I'm going to step off 6 times. Okay, making sure it's an equal distance being stepped off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I always number these just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that done, I want to join the end of my line, so point A back to 6. I'm going to use sliding set squares then to draw a parallel line from 5, 4, that's after moving, sorry, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I now know the distances for those arcs that are going to be swung. I can see here I need an angle of 140 degrees. So with my protractor, I'm going to have it on my line there, line up my bullseye with the end of the line, and let's mark 140 degrees. So starting at 0, coming around to 140. Draw a light line out from there for now. Back to my bullseye. Okay, and now I'm going to swing these arcs from O. So O is my center. Finish this off, I'll go heavy on those lines that should be heavy. Okay, so that's part C completed, and there's nothing there about rendering. Part D, the radio has a manual tuning dial. An outline drawing of the tuning dial is shown across. So here's our tuning dial, and I can see it there in my graphic. Complete the drawing of the tuning dial below by constructing tangents. So I have to do a tangent from point P to circle C. So here's my circle C, there's my point P. So the construction for this is usually I'll just draw a random circle and a point P. Here's my circle C, point P. So what we do is we join the centers, or the center back to P. We bisect that angle, or that line, and we draw a semicircle in. And where the semicircle intersects the circle, that will be my tangent. And because we want a tangent on both sides, we'll draw a full circle, and that will find it on both sides. So P to center of the circle. Look, I'll just draw that in there. There's my center. I'm going to bisect that. So compass set to any distance once it's more than halfway. Swing my arc. Go to the other side. I go to P. Swing an arc. and that is the center of that line. I'm now going to draw a semicircle. Actually, it'll be a full circle because I'm looking for two tangents. So there's my circle drawn. So right here, that's my POC. Actually, I'll use a colour for that. POC. Over here, my POC. Okay, so I can now draw my tangent from P to the POC. That's tangent 1, and that is tangent 2. So, last part of question 4, so we've got part E. The image below shows the design of a similar radio. So here's our radio. Draw an elevation in the direction of arrow A. Plan projected from this elevation, so plan underneath the elevation, and our true shape of surface S. So here's our surface S, so we need to find the true shape of that. So just very quickly, we'll do a little basic sketch of what we're going to see. So my overall height, my overall length. So overall height, first of all, we got 125 to there plus the 15. So the overall height of this is going to be 140. The overall length, we can see there, is 180. And then the overall depth, so this way here, that's 65 plus the depth of this front element, which is 10, so it's going to be 75. Important to do that just to make sure that we set up our question so that it fit on the page. There's no end elevation in this question, so we don't have anything either side of it. We will be doing a bit of a rotation for the true shape of that, so that will be coming out here. So once I've got space to the right of that, it should be fine. So 140 down, let's come down a little bit more than that just to fit it in. That's 140, 160, 170 down from the top. Now I'll draw my XY line. Let me just double check that I'll fit in there. Yeah. So about 160, 170 down. I'll draw my XY line. X, Y. Okay, so I'm going to start off by measuring my overall length. So that's my starting point. The overall length is 180. Okay, and I'm going to mark off any distances along there that I think are necessary. So 20 and 15, and I've got 100. Another 15, 10, and 20 again. Okay, there will be other measurements to come, but we'll just go with those for now. So, draw them vertically and extend down because I'll need them for my plan view. This is just kind of a time saver. Okay, my overall heights now also. So I've got the overall height of 125, the main body, and then I said another 15, so 140 to get to the top of that button. Any other heights we've got 30 plus 40 is 70 plus another 40 is 111, and I've got 15 left over there, I do. And then we also have a measurement of 35 on this side, I'll come up 35. 35 plus 60, which is going to be 95. That's for that sloping bit. And that leaves me with 30, which it does. Okay, there will be other measurements again, but we'll just go with these for now. So if I was drawing an end view, I would extend over to my end view also. Okay. So let's start drawing what we can. So I'm going to have my base of 20 here. Okay, coming along then we've got this arc, which is going to be radius 15. So here's the center of it. Okay, and I'm actually also going to have the same thing on this side. Alright, and now we're going to have 10 and 20, so they're going to be a heavy line to the end. Okay, now we're going to be going up to my 125, yeah, that'll be a heavy edge. So this, that is my surface S, and stuff in there. We're going to have the heavy edge running along, and then a radius 15. So I'm going to measure back 15 millimeters there. Like this 15 as well. Yes. So draw that down. So my radius 15. I'm using it again. Heavy edge for the top surface, and bring that back down. So that's the outline of my main body. I will do, I could do the elevation of that button or that cylinder, okay? But I just prefer to draw the circular plan and then extend up. So I'll come to that later. I've got there done, so we need to do a kind of blue section here, which I've got marked off at 35, starts up to 60. Yeah, and you'll see that it actually slopes. So from that corner directly up to that height of 30, so to there. There's going to be a slightly, ever so slightly sloping line from the height of 35 down to the height of 30. And then going up 40 and 40, so up, just to double check it, 40 and 40, so up to that mark. And there's my 60 mark, there's my 80 mark, and that's another sloping line coming back. Okay, so it might look like it in the 3D view, just because object, I suppose, is moving away from us, but we've got some sloping lines there we need to be conscious of. Right, at my little screen, they're telling me it's in 10 millimeters, so in 10. I'll draw my line vertically up, and I've got a distance of 10 there that I need to mark vertically, and another distance of 10. So I'm going to mark them off there and there. And we can see that that and that are parallel. There's just a little symbol to show that that edge and that edge are parallel, and the same down here, parallel and parallel. So sliding set squares parallel to this edge just draw that, extend it on, and parallel to this edge. Draw that extending there. Now I also have the width of the screen is 60 horizontally across, so I'm going to measure off my 60. Show that 60 there. And vertical line at the opposite side, and my two parallel lines that are located. I can now draw heading. That's my screen. Right, and what do we got next? Okay. So I have this circle that I need to find the center of. There's no measurements going this way to show me where it's going to be. So let's follow my guideline, that light line coming back or up to here. So we've got a distance of 82 and 12, and then I've got my curve. So that's the start of my curve. I'm going to measure my 12 from there, and then 82 from there, which is going to be, 83 from there. So from that 83 mark, I'm just going to drop that line down. Okay, I have the height of this, you can see it's up 30 and up 40, and follow that light line in. So there's my 30 and my 40. So here will be the center. So first off, radius 30. Okay, and then I've got a radius 25 for the white area. Okay, I think that is everything that I need. Okay, things I'm happy to see is the screen on the top, and we've got that back edge which is in 20, but this is also in 20, so they overlap. So like I said, I'll do my my cylinder or button at the top after I draw my plan. But if you want to just draw it now, absolutely, that's no problem. So down to my plan, I leave kind of a 10 or 15 mil gap between them. Okay, we said the depth here is 65. I'm also going to have 10 for that little front screen. And that's it. So extend it across. Yeah, so let's get cracking with that. So the outline is going to be heavy line. That is coming to here, stopping short because I've got my surface S going at an angle, which is 20 and 20, so I can mark 20 back this way. That's another measurement I could have done. And then coming 25, and that leaves 20 left over for that sloping bit at the back on the opposite side to S, and a chamfer, and heavy edge going back to start again. Alright, let's do the main body of that. So I have an ending there, it's a depth of 10. Okay, My screen then, we've got 15 and 15, so 15 either way. I've got my 12 marked up at the top here. I'm going to bring that down. So that is the end of my screen. And it was 83, which I also had marked. So that's the right hand side of the screen. You can put that in heavy. Okay, so we're getting there now. My sphere, or my cylinder, the center is in line with that side of the bit extruding out. So up and line there. We can see it's 15 millimeters in from that edge to the center. So 15 mil, right line, in line with that edge. So here, in the center of that cylinder, it's radius 20. So compass, set it to 20. Like I said, once I have that drawn and planned, I'm going to project up. It's your call as to how you want to approach that. I just feel it guarantees me corresponding widths rather than measuring it and projecting it can be not as accurate. So there we have that, and the top. So once I've got my elevation plan done, I need to ask myself, is there any hidden detail that is going to be in this drawing? So looking, we've got this edge running underneath, okay, which is represented here, and extend it on. It's going to be the same on this side. So got that coming down, so hidden detail, and it's going to stop short. It's not going to go the whole way through because this little part, that 10 millimeter part, is for here, okay, and there's no cut through that, so it will stop short there. The same on this side, so project it down. Okay, so that's my elevation and plan done. So on to part 3, determine the true shape of surface S. So I've shaded in S here just to make it pop off the page a little bit, make it clear for us. Okay, that is S at an angle, okay, it's sloping away from us, and here's an edge view of surface S. So two methods of finding the true shape. We could take an auxiliary, looking out perpendicular to surface S, or we can rotate, just so that it doesn't overlap our nice kind of clean drawing. I'm going to rotate this. So we're going to rotate it around, okay, so that it's in this position, so we're looking perpendicular to it. So I'm going to just extend that on there. So rotating this, about this point, I'll actually number these off. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. Okay, so follow down, so this is going to be 0.1 and 3, here is 2 and 4. So if you imagine 0.2 and 4, we're going to be rotating about 0.2 and 4, so we're rotating there, so they're going to stay in the same position. This 0.3 and 0.1 are the ones that will be moving, so rotate it to this position. Here's my green pen. So here they are, having it rotated. Okay, I project them up. project out the heights. So 1 and 4 are staying in the same position. Oh, sorry, 2 and 4 are staying in the same position. There's 1 and there's 3 having been rotated. Let's show that projected up. Just go around that. Okay, so this is the true shape of S. I'll just add some hatching to that. Okay, so that's my true shape of S. So that's the end of the orthographic part of question 4.